how to export data from AccessMod to your machines and how to open this data in other software. This is the subject of this video. So I'm here in the data module of AccessMod. As you can see, I've actually finished all the exercises that are given in the user tutorial, and I have many data sets here, vector, table. Now, how can I export them and use this data? Because remember, we are in AccessMod working in a virtual machine that runs on your computer. But in order to use this data, you need to have this data moved outside your virtual machine in your computer, in your OS, if you are running Windows or Mac or Linux, and then use your GIS software or other softwares to open them. So to do that, I just stay in the data module here. And first, of course, I need to decide what I would like to export. And I can export at once any given number of data sets. So I'm going to first use this handy filter tool that allows me to filter my data by type or by any keywords in order to easily get to them. So for example, I will enter here 120 minutes. That is actually filtering only the outputs that have these tags, geographic coverage 120 minutes. This is all my outputs from this analysis. And from this output, I would like to export basically the scenario, the travel scenario that I've used. I would like also to export the result geographic coverage analysis, which is the main Excel table containing my result. And then I would like to export the population residual, which is the population remaining after the consideration of my current health facility network. And finally, a shapefile, the catchment that will give me the catchments around each of my existing facility. So I've selected these four data sets, and now what I need to do is I need to archive them. So I need actually to zip all these four data sets into one zip archive, which is much easier to export. So I just click on Create Archive to do that. If I don't specify anything in the file prefix here, I will have an archive that starts with AM5 and then the date and the time of the archive. But you can specify a prefix like output. You create this archive. Now, what AccessMod is zipping all this still within the AccessMod virtual machine. And it has created a zip archive. You can see that zip archive here appearing in this drop-down menu, but it's always selected by default, and I have set other archives that I've done before. So you select the archive that you want to export, and you just click on Export Archive. Now, the behavior now that you will get is really depends on your browser and what are the preferences, the setting up of your browser. My browser is asking me here to specify where I want to save this zip. But it might be that for your browser, it will automatically download in a download folder, for example. So I just specify, okay, I want it to be in this output folder that I've created previously. So I click on Save. And you see my browser here, I'm using Chrome, is giving me this zip so I can directly access it here. This is my zip folder now on my machine, and on my side just double clicking it will unzip it. So I have now this unzipped folder which contain four different folders that are my four data sets. So let's look at the two tables first. So I have two Excel table. If I open the scenario table first, I'm just clicking it, it will basically open Excel on my side, and you can see that we have here the scenario. And I can also here change this scenario and re-import that file into AccessMod if I want to use it. But it's already there, so uh, I'm just showing that. Then the second Excel file, I open it. It's well the full table that show me various statistics of my 10 health facility after the geographic coverage analysis. And I don't want to comment that, it's in the tutorial, but you can see at the end here that we have about 49% of the population that is covered at 2 hour maximum traveling time, but also taking into account the capacity of these facilities. I'm closing that. What I have next are two geospatial layers, a shapefile here. Remember, the shapefile is actually these four files here. It's one shapefile. And then we have the raster here, which is this format IMG. So what I'm going to do is just drag and dropping these two files into my QGIS. You might be using another software like ArcGIS, another. You can, of course, open now these files as you usually do. On my side, I'm just dragging that into QGIS here. First, the raster here. I'm going to do that like this, it's easier. So I'm just dragging this into QGIS, and I'm also drag the my shapefile here into QGIS. Quite handy. And here they are. So they are colored by default. It really depends on your GIS instances. But I have got my shapefile, I've got my raster, they're ready to be used or to be further analyzed. So that's how you easily export things from AccessMod and how you can use them.